Then I chopped up some garlic, which I find oddly
Again,
relaxing,
toxic.
and then
Green tea. All green tea is toxic. All tea in general is toxic. It simply produces stress hormones most of the time, which is what gives people energy. It's all toxic. Those spices. Garlic, onion, wasabi.
And now it is time to cook.
Then I added some cracked pepper. Yep, that's pepper, some cumin, some soy sauce, mixed that up. And I just want to make it clear
All
I
toxic.
have no idea what I'm doing.
Don't just say that, it
Basically
just is.
winging it.
And what's bad for you?
Almonds are super toxic.
Salt.
As if it's not toxic enough. Bodies are already toxic, look at all the ink. Their brains are completely fucked. Coffee is toxic. You produce stress hormones which give you energy. It was too much of the toxins. Wow. Also, what she's eating is fiber, anti-nutrients and sugar. She uses a little bit of cinnamon because if she would use too much of it, then she would get the same effects as the concentrated tea. It's incredibly toxic. Everything on there is toxic. No joke.
Drink pre-breakfast drink, I guess.
For sure toxic.
And then the tomatoes.
Garlic's toxic.
These
Really
are such
toxic.
tiny garlic.
Ginger especially is extremely toxic.
Wow, that was loud.
Ginger tea is toxic. Ginger in general, of course, is very toxic. And all that it does is produce a lot of stress hormones, which gives you some kind of energy. It's the same reason people drink coffee. Humans naturally hate salt and the garlic powder, obviously. If you would take this much garlic powder, you would, if you're lucky, throw it up. If not, you would literally die from it. It's that toxic. Salt, if you would eat this much of it, then your body would go into shock. This is why people get used to using these tiny amounts. They are nutrient deficient, but at the same time their body is telling them, please stop, this is toxic. This is why nobody eats high amounts of these toxins. Nobody who eats their natural diet craves any of these toxins. When your body is out of balance, of course you will eat all kinds of shit.
And then I'm adding some ground turmeric and some lemon juice, and then I'm just blending it all together, and that is what I had for breakfast.
Incredibly toxic. Absolute poison. If she would drink the sauce raw, then she could possibly die. The ingredients are extremely toxic.
Okay, we're gonna use like a ginger turmeric dressing because like turmeric is very like anti-inflammatory. You guys know how much I love
It's
that.
extremely pro-inflammatory because of how
It'll be
toxic
like a
it
very light
is.
salad, but very delicious. So let's go.
Boil some water and
Impressive.
It's extremely toxic.
It's such a good add-on. Plus, there's adaptogenic.
It's toxic. You do it because you have no energy. Produces stress
All the links
hormones.
are in the description.
It smells so rosy. Just a tiny bit.
Why would you add something to your
So I
food that
just
smells
added half a
rosy?
teaspoon. And then if
Just
you
means
want,
that it's
you
toxic.
can also add like vanilla protein
Drink the whole
powder.
bottle and
That would go well
see
with
you
it if
in the
that's
hospital.
what you do. Otherwise,
It's just stupid to do it. It's some man-made toxic plants.
I have a lemon and I add 1 inch of fresh peeled ginger. The ginger really helps to detox the body and will give the smoothie a very fresh taste. Then I add 1.5 cups.
There's absolutely no proof for any of that. Ginger is also toxic. This is why you lose so little of it. If you would use this much ginger, you would get extremely sick because of how toxic it is. As I said, your body will detox from the ginger, which is what the scientists see when you eat ginger. You have an immune response because of the ginger. There's no proof that it gets rid of anything in the body except for the toxins that you eat, which are in the ginger.
Of coconut water.
Cottontail kale, that's how you say it, I think. And then I coarse chopped
One of the
it.
most
I want it
toxic
to be a little
plants in
bit thicker.
existence. Raw onions are toxic too. The only reason it would maybe increase milk production, and there's no proof of it, is the same reason your blood pressure rises when you consume toxins. It's just a response to toxicity. All of the ingredients in the first supplement that she takes are toxic. Seed extracts, It's ridiculous to take that. Seeds are protected. They're not supposed to be eaten. And you eat the extracts which you're not supposed to get to. It's just severe mental illness.
A big pan and put this on a high heat. Add the olive oil and wait until it's hot.
She hasn't used anything today that isn't toxic.
Then add the onion, carrot,
Really?
and 1 cup.
You don't want to like go to bed starving. So
You're starving the whole day. What are you talking about?
So we're going to start with cutting up some veggies. Mince 3 garlic cloves into small pieces. Then
Garlic
add
is one of
big,
the most
large
toxic
sweet
ingredients
potato
she's
and peel
used
this
yet
with a peeler.
in the day. Sweet potatoes are high in oxalates again.
Cut it up in half and in small cubes.
The kidneys will be ruined.
3 times now.
At least she doesn't have as many tattoos as Monami Frost. Still toxic.
So I'm just gonna add a little bit of garlic salt on them. There we go.
Stupid.
And I think I'm gonna
You
eat
made
this
it more
outside.
toxic. Alright, let's see what we have here. Oxalates from the kale, super toxic. Kale in general is one of the most toxic things you could possibly eat. Why is she promoting this? Because there's a lot of women who are watching it who are influenced by this, thinking that it's healthy. It's in no way healthy, in no way whatsoever. That's that. Then there's the tomatoes, garbage, looks like puke. No nutrition whatsoever, completely useless, no substance. And you've got the grains, anti-nutrients, carbs are sugar, so just more sugar. And whatever the fake chicken is made out of, you can look it up, the ingredients are always absolutely toxic. Why not eat an animal? A healthy animal is made out of pretty much the same as you. It's an animal, you only have animal cells. There's nothing more healthy that you could eat. But instead you eat fake, toxic shit that's supposed to imitate this healthy food, which is chicken. This is mental illness. Literally, right now, you're looking at mental illness because she's actually eating it. Brain damaged.
The next one is
Synthetic iron is incredibly toxic. It's the cause of a lot of disease. What the fuck are you even saying? Why are you promoting that? For starters, before she said she had tea, but tea usually has a lot of toxic heavy metals, which you then get a detox from. And while you're sick, it's of course just stupid to do it. And the anti-nutrients in tea don't let you absorb minerals, which are also important right now when you're sick. So overall, it's just a stupid idea to do it. And all of the medicine is just to hide symptoms. That's in general how medicine works nowadays. It's not there to heal you, to get to the root cause of the problem, which is her diet in this case.
I use some kale, some spinach, some spirulina powder, and some hemp seed. And
that's incredibly toxic. Actually look into plants and what's inside of them. They are toxic, that's why you cook them.
Really good, and I know it sounds weird to add to pasta, but you.
Alright, she said broccoli. Goitrogens. Toxic. Noodles, carbs and anti-nutrients. It doesn't let you absorb the minerals. The balsamic is to hide the taste because all of that shit tastes terrible. And then there's garlic, which a lot of vegans use nowadays. I've never seen frozen garlic, but fresh garlic is so toxic that the toxins, which you obviously taste because it tastes so horrible, kill every cell in the body that they touch, especially the brain cells, which obviously happened.
But
they're super.
When you eat a natural diet, then you don't need to prepare food. You don't need to get it ready to eat because it's always ready already. Natural food is fast food. That's why fast food, by which I mean junk food, appeals to the slaves, the masses. And what the hell is this? Looks like toxic sludge. The ingredients: cooked beans, they're toxic. Vegetables are all toxic, leafy greens. Yeah, no wonder it looks like that. Why would you eat that? It completely goes against your senses. It doesn't at all look edible, appetizing, nothing.
Easy to.
And slice these up. For fresh herbs, we're gonna use some fresh mint and cilantro. Cut these up in small pieces.
Again, she uses the radish because when you eat all of this toxic stuff, which is acidic, for example, full of the anti-nutrients, the body detoxes, you get hot flushes and whatnot, maybe even fever from it. And this is why they believe that it's somehow getting rid of some mysterious toxins in the body. Absolute delusion, mental illness. Turmeric is toxic, stop it.
Eat it
All
as
of
is,
them are
with some baked potatoes
incredibly
sometimes,
toxic.
or
lots of Brussels sprouts. For some reason,
Extremely
I
toxic
literally bought,
goitrogens.
like,
Absolutely.
It's really incredibly
Ridiculously
toxic.
Huge bell.
It's a Stegosaurus.
The radish is toxic.